Some of you guys might know that Shy Girl by Mia Ballard was on my TBR. It was kind of on the top of my TBR too. Like, I went to order it and then I realized that it wasn't available anymore. And that was back when she got the publishing deal. So if you don't know, Shy Girl was a self-published book by Mia Ballard. Then a publishing house made a deal with her to pull that book and then re-release it under their name. That's because this self-published book was seeing a lot of success, I think mostly through BookTok. So if you don't know the controversy, which you probably do if you're in the book community, this is like the biggest book controversy going on right now, but Shy Girl was pulled, publishing canceled due to suspected AI use. So if you don't know what Shy Girl is about, it's about a woman who makes a deal with a sugar daddy type situation where she has to act as this man's dog in order for her to have financial stability. And that is obviously like a very heavy premise. That is a very interesting premise, a heavy one that definitely has something to say. And I think that's important when we think about this controversy. If this was like a fun book, I don't know if people would feel so strongly about this, just because, like, from my point of view, this premise is very good. Like, it's kind of genius and it has every opportunity to be executed in a very genius way and like make waves, make people think. And that's why I wanted to read it too. I never did, I never got the chance to, because it never came out in the US. It was pulled from shelves in the UK and then never released in the US by Hachette because of suspected AI use. There was speculation on the AI use in Shy Girl going around the internet for kind of a while, but I think YouTuber Frankie's Shelf sort of popularized this theory in recent times because they have a pretty big platform and their video went pretty viral. I think it's at like 1 million views. Frankie's Shelf basically reads the whole book, talks about the pros, gives us examples of why this book is very likely written with AI. There are patterns there that are very recognizable to AI programs. Now, if I read this book, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I don't think I would have noticed it was AI because I don't use AI chatbots. I'm not as familiar with like how the AI talks, and I have a feeling that I wouldn't have noticed. And that scares me a lot. I am someone who can sometimes get fooled by AI pictures and videos unless they're like super obvious. So I think I would have been fooled by this AI writing, allegedly AI writing, and that is kind of upsetting because you would like to think that you would know if something is written by a human or not. And in the case of Shy Girl, there are people who still think that it was not written by AI because Mia Ballard, the author, her official statement was that she did not write using AI, but her editor used AI. She sent it to an editor, not like an industry editor, just like a friend. They used AI in the edits. And that's why this book reads as AI, and that's why when you put it into AI detectors, it comes back positive. Now, I don't know that I personally trust AI detectors because I've heard those aren't always accurate. But based on what other people are saying, the patterns and the pros really do match AI patterns. Here's my thing with the whole editor angle. There are two types of editors, developmental editors and line editors. So line editors will go and look for like mistakes, like if you use the wrong form of its, like there's not supposed to be an apostrophe there or whatever. And then a developmental editor will go through your work and tell you like, you know what, this character, when they do this, it doesn't make as much sense. You should have them do this instead. Or like you should change the plot slightly so that like this, it goes in this direction. That is my understanding of it. I am an aspiring author, but I've never been through an editor, so I don't fully know how that works, but that is my understanding of it. And it is my understanding that an editor is not supposed to change your writing, like your prose. My problem is that if Mia Ballard got this back, got her edits back, and looked at it and her writing is different. Like, whether AI was used or not, isn't that something you wouldn't really want to go through with because it's not your writing anymore? Like, if they actually changed your sentence structure, they changed the words you use, isn't that less authentic to you as an author? Like at that point, you guys are kind of both authors. Like it's not really an author and an editor anymore. Like I feel like that's a co-author situation, because what makes your writing your own is your voice, your prose. So to me, that's a little weird, that's a little iffy. And I think using AI in writing in general is like such a slap in the face to people who actually want to be authors and like pour their heart and soul and time, years and years of time into writing without using AI, and try so hard, and then a book that uses AI gets this publishing deal, which of course was dropped. I've also seen a few people point out that like there are authors out there who proudly use AI, and mostly white men, and we're not coming after them. Whereas like this black woman uses AI and suddenly like the internet is on this hate train towards her. I think it's the fact that she was dishonest about it, but I also think that there is a conversation to be had there. Like we should be going after any author who uses AI, any author. We should not be supporting them. Also, because a lot of this went down on the internet because of the Frankie Shelf video, I've heard that Mia Ballard has gotten a lot of hate. That is kind of the nature of the internet. Like if something goes down on the internet, the person who people perceive to be in the wrong gets flooded with hate, threats, horrible messages. That is awful. If you are doing that just because an author used AI, then I don't know, get some help. Like don't send hate to people. I think that is so wrong. I don't think she deserves to get like hate messages. But if AI was used in her work, I do think it's good that the publishing deal didn't go through, because I don't think AI should be celebrated in the world of books. I don't. Let me know what you guys think of this situation. If any of you guys have read Shy Girl, let me know. Let me know if you could tell if it was AI or whatever, or if you think it's not, if you think that it's not AI still. Let me know what you think. I would love to know. This was just a quick little video. I thought I would give you my thoughts, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see my face again, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.